Hey everyone, a huge warm welcome to all of you. Seriously, think of me as your personal local tour guide today. Before we actually step out into the totally vibrant streets of this incredible place, we're going to do a quick orientation. Going over the ground rules, the unexpected surprises, and the practical realities that every single first-time visitor needs to know. Basically, consider this your exclusive insider briefing. Let's be real, we've all seen the pictures, right? For many travelers, Dubai looks like a futuristic dream. And it totally does. Luxury skyscrapers practically piercing the clouds, supercars on every corner, those glittering mega malls. It looks like absolute magic on social media. But as your guide, my job today is to take you behind those filters. Actually visiting here, it's a whole different ballgame compared to other global cities. Knowing the grounded, practical reality behind all that glamour is exactly what's going to take your trip from just a standard vacation to a completely unforgettable journey. Okay, so here's our itinerary for today's explainer. First up, we're looking at a city of contrasts. Then, a quick local culture guide. Third, we've got weather and transport logistics. And finally, those peak experiences you absolutely cannot miss. Let's dive right in, shall we? Section 1. Thành phố của sự tương phản, or the city of contrasts. To really understand this place, we've got to look at the fascinating contradictions that make up its landscape. The true soul of this city is basically built on these massive, striking contrasts. On one hand, you have these endless, ancient, golden deserts stretching literally right into the horizon. And then, boom, right next to it, some of the most towering luxury skyscrapers on the face of the planet. This visual contrast is the absolute core of the city. It's this breathtaking blend of ancient nature and hyper-modern ambition. You aren't just visiting a typical concrete jungle here. You're stepping into an oasis of the future that was built right on the shifting sands of the past. Now here's something that always blows the minds of first-time travelers. As a major global crossroads, expats actually make up the vast majority of the population here. We're talking over 85%. You are going to hear Arabic, Hindi, Russian, Tagalog, French, you name it, all in a single afternoon. But don't worry, English is super widely spoken. You definitely do not need to speak Arabic to get by here perfectly fine. Oh, and on top of that, it's one of the safest major cities in the entire world. Violent crime is exceptionally rare. The streets are highly secure, so you can explore day or night with absolute peace of mind. All right, moving on to Section 2. Cẩm nang văn hóa bản địa. This is our local culture guide, where we'll establish some essential ground rules to help you blend right in. So the absolutely crucial point here is that while this is a highly modern international hub, we are still deeply connected to Islamic culture. Tourists are totally welcome, but respect is paramount. Here's the inside scoop. Modest clothing is definitely appreciated in certain public areas. Also, public arguments or aggressive behavior, those are seriously frowned upon here. Try not to think of these as strict oppressive laws, but rather as just simple respectful conduct. It's what keeps this wonderful harmony going between global tourism and traditional local values. Okay, let me bust a massive myth for you right now. Yes, this city has a crazy reputation for luxury, and sure, you could easily drop thousands of dollars in a single night if you really wanted to. But it is absolutely not just for millionaires. We've got incredible street food, vibrant local restaurants, gorgeous free public beaches, and some really excellent budget hotels. There's this highly accessible, budget-friendly side of the city that honestly, most visitors are just thrilled to discover.
Next up, Section 3. Tuyệt chiêu tránh nóng, di chuyển. Let's talk logistics, like beating the brutal heat and getting around the city efficiently.
Look, so many people severely underestimate the climate here. During the summer, temperatures can easily skyrocket past 105 degrees Fahrenheit. That's over 40 degrees Celsius. The heat can be downright brutal. If you try walking outside for long stretches during the day, you'll be exhausted in minutes. So here's your pro-level local strategy. Do your outdoor stuff early in the morning. When midday hits, get indoors. Then, once the sun sets, you can resume your outdoor exploring. And luckily, the whole city is engineered for this. The malls, hotels, transport systems, even the bus stops are heavily air-conditioned to keep you totally comfortable. And this brilliantly illustrates how we actually get around. Because, spoiler alert, you do not need a luxury supercar to explore. The public transportation system here is fantastic. The Dubai Metro is modern, ridiculously clean, air-conditioned, and really affordable. It connects almost all the major attractions you'll want to hit. And hey, if the Metro doesn't drop you exactly where you need to be, taxis are widely available and super convenient for specific routes. It really is an incredibly organized, stress-free way to travel. And that brings us to Section 4. Những trải nghiệm đỉnh cao. These are the peak experiences. We're talking the absolute must-visit attractions that push the boundaries of imagination. Now, what's really interesting here is how the city takes something completely standard, like shopping, and turns it into this massive, awe-inspiring cultural event. The Dubai Mall is not just a place to buy shoes, it is an entire entertainment city. Where else on earth are you going to find giant aquariums, cascading indoor waterfalls, a literal Olympic-sized ice rink, and world-class restaurants, all sharing the same roof as luxury brands? Even if you totally hate shopping, the sheer jaw-dropping scale of this place will absolutely blow you away. But please, whatever you do, do not just spend your whole trip in the malls and the skyscrapers. If you really want to understand that unforgettable contrast we talked about earlier, leaving the city for the desert is non-negotiable. Getting out there for a desert safari, dune bashing, taking a camel ride, or just sitting by a fire at a sunset camp, it's magical. It reveals this deeply traditional side of the landscape and really grounds you in the history of the region. Finally, you simply have to witness the sheer scale of human ambition here. From the towering, cloud-piercing architecture of the Burj Khalifa to the mind-bending artificial islands of the Palm Jumeirah, everything here feels larger, brighter, and taller. And when the sun goes down, the nightlife is incredibly glamorous, energetic, and international. Though, unlike some wild party destinations, it's very controlled, organized, and safe. The whole city is fundamentally built from the ground up to amaze you at literally every single turn. As we wrap up this orientation, I really want you to keep this thought in mind. It is a city of contrasts. Tradition and modernity, desert and skyscrapers, silence and ambition. That perfectly summarizes the unique rhythm of this place. Yes, it can be a little overwhelming at first glance, but once you understand how that deep-rooted tradition perfectly balances with the hyper-modernity, you start to get it. You realize exactly why millions of people around the world are just absolutely fascinated by it. All right, you are now officially equipped with all the insider knowledge you need. You know the culture, you know how to beat the heat, and you know exactly where to find the magic. So my final question to you is, bạn đã sẵn sàng khám phá Dubai của riêng mình chưa? Are you ready to step out there and explore your own version of Dubai? Have a fantastic time, stay cool, and soak up every single second of this futuristic dream turned reality.